fo fum. I smell the blood of an Englishman. Hey, that's the name of the game. Hey, I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
Welcome to Double Trouble, and today we're taking a look at The Blood of an Englishman. This is one of my favorite covers ever of a board game. It's a small one, actually. It just looks so cool. And you see Jack and the Beanstalk. What a great idea for a game, right? And there's like, how many games have Jack and the Beanstalk in? There are very few. And so I didn't know what to expect from this one, but this is a perfect information, two-player, asymmetrical game where one person is Jack and the other person is
The Giant.
right. And you are going to randomly put cards out on the table and then move them until one person wins. Here's how it plays. This game has 50 cards. Those 50 cards are going to be shuffled and placed randomly face up in front of the table, 10 cards in 5 different rows. At the beginning of the game, Jack will take one card. Maybe he'll take this fee card here and stick it in the back of a row. He can pick any card and do that. And then each player is going to be taking turns back and forth with Jack going first, then the Giant. Now, the Giant has 3 different ways to win. There, you notice there's fee, fi, fo, fum cards. There's 8 cards, 2 of each type. If he gets all 4 together, 4 of the different types, fee, fi, fo, fum, doesn't matter the order, in the same column and all 4 are next to each other, he wins. Or if the top card, or the bottom card, or the front card, I guess is the right word for it, if there's fee, fi, fo, and fum, if they're if they're on the front of 4 of the rows, the Giant also wins. Or if Jack cannot finish his goal, the Giant will win. Jack wins by getting beanstalks, by stealing all 3 treasures, one at a time. He has to get 6 beanstalk cards in ascending order, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. It doesn't matter the orders as long as they're ascending, and then the golden goose, the harp, and the bag of gold, doesn't matter what order. So on his turn, Jack has 3 actions, and the different actions that he can take is he can move a card from the front of one row to the front of another row. He can also move a card from the back of a row to the front of that same row. He can take a card from the front of a row and place it in a beanstalk in front of him. So let's say he says 1. And then later on, he could put 2 on top of that. Now, he needs to have 6 consecutive numbers, so obviously he won't take 7 next. But maybe later on, he'll take this one, move it here, and then take this 4 and put it here. Once he has 6 cards, so let's say he got 5, 7, and 8 like this, then he can take one of the treasures, gold, and put on top. Boom. That one's done now. He can start another beanstalk. However, he can't get gold again. There's 2 of each treasure, but he needs to get 1 gold, 1 goose, and 1 harp. The Giant has only 1 action on their turn, and they can take exactly 4 cards from one row to another row. So they're allowed to pick up like this and move it to the beginning of another row. They also can move 1 card from the front of a row to another card, and they can do that twice. So the Giant only ever has 1 action, but if he does the 1 card from front to front, he can do it twice. And finally, they can kill any beanstalk, not treasure, not fee, fi, fo, fum. They can take any beanstalk card and remove it from the game. And again, if they remove enough of these cards, they may make it impossible for Jack to finish his treasures. So the first person to reach their victory conditions is the winner. Okay, so this is kind of an interesting game. Do you feel like playing Jack and the Giant is very different?
Yes.
Which one do you like playing better?
Jack.
Okay, but is there a reason for that?
Yes.
You think that it's harder for the Giant to win?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, it is.
Yeah. We have not yet seen the Giant win. However, I've seen the Giant come really close. And I went online and looked, and I saw that some people, the Giant wins more than Jack. So I'm guessing we're just not good at playing the Giant.
I was close. I was like literally a turn away.
Yeah, same here. Well, one game I came a turn away too. And then I even played it against myself. You know, of course, I won. You know, it's just how it works. But I felt like the playing the Giant player, if there's 2 people playing, whoever plays the Giant player should be the more experienced one, maybe.
Yeah.
It's kind of unique, right? Because as a Giant, what do? You only have 1 action.
And that's another reason I think maybe Jack is more fun.
Because he has like 3 actions.
Well, the giant could have 2. But yeah, should the giant get rid of cards? Should he like kill all the 7s? And then, so that Jack can't, try to kill as much of the beanstalk as he can? I haven't seen that pull off, and I'm suspecting maybe that's the easiest way for the giant to win. Or maybe the giant can kill stuff to make the cards come together on the board.
Oh, yeah.
That's an interesting thing, too. What do you think about the artwork?
I like the artwork. It looked pretty cool, like how the beanstalk was really nicely designed.
And you said that it got different as the numbers went by?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's the kind of game that when me and Melody were playing it, we weren't really talking much. Because we're just really kind of engrossed into the game.
Like trying to figure out what are they doing, or where my thought was like, I have no idea what he's doing, but okay.
So what are your thoughts as Jack and the Beanstalk? What would you be your tips on to get through quickly?
Basically what I did, I just tried to build the beanstalk as fast as possible, and then started working on like blocking him. So.
Yeah, and you know what
and
I think.
Also pushing cards to the back. I've learned that too, because the giant they can't manipulate the back as well.
Right, they can kill cards from anywhere in the stack, but they can't pull things from the back.
Yeah.
And Jack switches from the beginning. He's like, I'm going to climb up the beanstalk, and then pretty soon the giant's like, I'm coming after you. And I feel like taking 4 cards away almost feels like the giant's like, boom. It feels like that, right? Yeah. And it almost feels like the giant's like, I walk at you, and Jack's like nimbly diving in between. Mm-hmm. How long did the games take, you think?
Not too long. It just depended like how hard we're thinking on the game.
Yeah, the box here says 30 minutes. That's way longer than we played. Maybe we're not very good. Our games took like 15 minutes. It's a pretty quick game. And I mean, you can play and play and play. What do you think about the random setup? Do you think it's possible to have a random setup that really helps one of the players?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
I'm not so sure on that. I think that I think it should be able to be one from any position, but it's perfect. There's nothing hidden. It's not like I'm sneaky doing something. If you see fee, fi, and fum up there and I'm trying to get fo out, you know I'm doing that.
Yeah. Well, for Jack, it's a little easier to not see it as well, because there's like so many different cards that Jack could pick from.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so I think it's the player who's playing Jack has to be very observant. The giant can see what Jack is doing. He is simply going up higher on a beanstalk each time. But the Jack is sitting there going, okay, the giant doesn't want to have fee, fi, fo, fum in the front, doesn't want to have fee, fi, fo, fum together, and I better make sure that he doesn't kill all the beanstalks that I can't get to.
I think you got them swapped, the giant and Jack.
No, but Jack is making sure that the giant isn't doing that.
Oh.
So he has to watch for that. The giant knows what he's doing. I think the Jack player can get so caught up in the beanstalk. Well, what did you think of the game, though?
I thought it was really simple. I liked how, because it was simple, it's just like, okay, I got this done, but it's also a lot of thinking involved with the simpleness.
Right. I'm with Melody. I was sitting there. I like it. It has like a greater depth. I think this is like a fun game that you could play with anybody, because Jack and the Beanstalk theme, anybody will work with that. And you can put these cards out. It's really easy to set up. The cards are up. You teach the rules, and then it's just this back and forth, almost chess match. And I'm sure there's best maneuvers to do, but I think it'll take a while to get to that. What would you rate it?
Probably like a 7.5.
Yeah, I think I'm kind of there. Whether I think I would just give it a 7 myself. Of course, it gets higher points for artwork, but it also has this kind of nice, meaty 2-player deal, and it's really easy to carry around. So
you just got to figure out how to play the giant better.
All right, fine. Well, like I said, I think this is good because I've seen some people go, oh, the giant can't win. And other people say, oh, the Jack can't win. That's good. That means that it's balanced. We're just, we got to make the giant win. So anyway, that is fee, fi, fo, fum. I'm Tom Vassell.
And I'm Melody.
And this has been Double Trouble.
Boom.
Thanks so much for watching the Dice Tower videos. Find more great videos and reviews, as well as our top-rated audio podcast at Dicetower.com. You can also find other great shows at Dicetowernetwork.com. I'm Eric Summerer, and you've been watching The Dice Tower. The Dice Tower is sponsored by Cool Stuff Inc., where you can find great games for great prices. Cool stuff in stock. Check them out at CoolStuffInc.com.